Yo, what is up, guys? Welcome to the video. I hope everybody's day is going great. It is Wednesday. The Overwatch League Week 2 is just about to start. You guys know what that means. I'm doing my predictions today. And guys, I have this feeling Friday the 13th is coming. Wild predictions on this video. Stay tuned. As well as that, we'll be talking about DeFran a little bit in the beginning. There's this awesome clip I want to share with you guys. And before we start the video, guys, be sure to go to the description, click the gleam.io link. I'm giving 10 Overwatch League jerseys away. It's so easy to enter. All you have to do is click the link, subscribe, and like the video. As well as that, I'm going to be live tonight after the Overwatch League. We're doing the post Overwatch League talk. Come hang out, ask any questions about the league, the games. I'll also be playing tonight, so it's going to be a really fun time. I can't wait to see you guys there. So let's go ahead and start the video off with this clip from DeFran's stream. It happened yesterday, and it was just really awesome. Go ahead and roll the clip.
I need speed boost, I need nano, I need it all. I need bubble, everything.
Yeah, I give you.
Okay, let's go. You ready?
Yeah.
Speed boost. Let's fucking go, dude! Okay. That's good because now.
Man, DeFran's stream is so good. I love watching him play, especially when he cues the Craggy. They always have some awesome games. Not only is DeFran super entertaining, his laugh is so addicting, but he's also an amazing player. I really do hope that at least one time DeFran tries to go pro in the league. Mid-season signings are completely over. There will be no more additions to Overwatch League teams for Season 1. But once Season 2 comes, there's probably going to be some more teams to join the league. There's definitely going to be plenty of opportunity for DeFran to join, so what better time? He is so damn talented. I've never seen someone with such good aim, especially when he plays Tracer. I see him do things that I wish I could do. It would be such a waste of his talent if he didn't at least try to join the league once. And I know deep down the line, come maybe 10 years, 5 years from now, he would really regret not giving it at least one more try. No matter what, his stream is always going to be there, so if it doesn't work out, he can go back to the stream. Actually, you know what? How about this, DeFran? I'm calling you out, dude. You better listen up here, buddy, because I'm only going to say this once. You better play in the Overwatch League at least one time in your career. Promise me, promise us, promise the entire community, everyone who praises you, that you will bless us one more time to watch you play professionally. That is what we are calling for, DeFran. You to join the league at least one time. DeFran, listen to my voice right now. Do not rob us. We demand that you play in the Overwatch League at least one time. If you don't like it, quit, walk out, give up. Just give us one more taste, please. If you guys think DeFran needs to play in the Overwatch League at least one time, share this video, spread it, send it to DeFran, spam him, attack. And that's it for this segment of the video, guys. Let's go ahead and move on to my predictions for Stage 3, Week 2 of the Overwatch League. We have some good matches coming up this week, guys. It's actually the same schedule of the very first week of the Overwatch League, which is actually really cool because now we can compare these teams from where they were about 3 months ago to today. Starting off first, we have the Shanghai Dragons taking on the LA Gladiators. There honestly isn't too much to talk about here. We all know the LA Gladiators are going to win, more than likely 4-0. I've mentioned it in previous videos. I really do hope Shanghai can pick up a set in this stage, but it's more than likely that they won't. Or will they? Stay tuned for the San Francisco Shock vs Shanghai Dragons prediction, guys. Anyways, back to this one. There's just too much going on for them. The language barrier is absolutely insane. Half the team is Korean, half the team is Chinese. And in their best chance of winning a set this stage, they got 4-0'd. A complete stomp, so they're not going to have a chance this stage, especially against the LA Gladiators, who are on the rise, and they have some really good individual players. Now let's move on to the second match, the San Francisco Shock taking on the Los Angeles Valiant. I've predicted the Shock to win this matchup 3 times now, and every single time they have lost. Am I willing to put my money where my mouth is again and pick them? I don't know. It's really hard to say that they're going to win this, especially when the Los Angeles Valiant had an incredible week 1. Sure, we expected them to get that 4-0 win over the Shanghai Dragons, but that 4-0 win over Seoul Dynasty, that came out of the blue, especially since Seoul has really started off very good every single stage. And also who played last week was San Francisco Shock and Seoul Dynasty. Seoul Dynasty got a 4-0 win against them, and everything going on in my head is telling me to pick the Los Angeles Valiant. But everything in my heart is telling me to pick the San Francisco Shock. But I'm going to listen to my brain, guys. We're going to the Los Angeles Valiant 3-1 Hopefully 3-2 though. I want to see some game 5s this week. Moving on to the last match of tonight, we have the Seoul Dynasty taking on Dallas Fuel. And that stage 1 week 1 matchup between these two teams was incredible. Still to this day, probably one of the best sets so far. Especially that Anubis game, it was so good. Instead of Anubis, it's going to be Volskaya for them tonight. And honestly, I don't give Dallas Fuel much of a shot. I'm not too sure if OGE is unbanned yet. I don't think so. I think there is one match left. I could be wrong here though. Don't listen to me about this one, guys. Regardless of if OGE is in there or not, Seoul Dynasty is going to take this either 3-1 or 4-0. I do know Rascal is back, and potentially Rascal and Effect could carry this series and make it close, but I'm not going to go with the Dallas Fuel, not at all. Seoul Dynasty will take it 4-0, 3-1. Oh, wait a second. Seoul Dynasty, I hope they run their main roster. If Seoul Dynasty runs their main roster, they will win this cleanly. If they decide to run Guido in there instead of Jaehong, or Zephyr instead of Zunba, they could be in trouble. Still, though, I think they'll come out with the win no matter what, but that would be dumb of them, and I don't expect them to do it. So, again, 4-0, 3-1 victory for Seoul Dynasty. Moving on to the Thursday games, starting off, we have the Boston Uprising taking on the New York Excelsior, and I really was looking forward to this match before the whole Dream Casper situation. Such a shame. It angers me because of the position he has now put his team in. I do have faith in Mistakes to be a strong player in the league, but I don't know right away if he's going to be able to go up against New York Excelsior or even compare to Libero. And I honestly felt the Boston Uprising were going to be the team that had the best chance at knocking off the New York Excelsior on this stage. We already saw London Spitfire completely fail, get 0 forward. The Philadelphia Fusion haven't looked as strong as the Boston Uprising this stage. Seoul Dynasty, you know, they're really unreliable when it matters. So I felt Boston Uprising had the best chance. Not so much anymore now that they don't have Dream Casper, because as much as I hate the guy right now, he was a great player. So without him, I'm going to have to say it's going to be a 3-1 in favor of New York Excelsior. I think Boston will still be able to get a map. Potentially, they can push a game 5. But that's if Gamsu, Nako, Striker, and Note are extremely on point. Moving on to the next match, we have the London Spitfire taking on the Florida Mayhem. And although the London Spitfire got 0 forward by New York Excelsior and lost to the Outlaws last week, I don't think they're going to struggle that much against the Florida Mayhem. It should be a clean 3-1 or even 4-0 victory for London. It seems like London might be going through a little bit of a slump, but they'll eventually turn it around. There's just too much talent on the team, and I don't think they'll have a full-on collapse like Seoul Dynasty. Florida Mayhem, they've looked decent. It's definitely interesting now that they have Seiya player Logix and Tavik. I want to see more of Logix and Seiya player play and sub out Tavik more. But yeah, 3-1 or 4-0 victory for the London Spitfire. And the final match of Thursday is going to be the Philadelphia Fusion taking on the Houston Outlaws. I feel like this match is going to be extremely close. Some people might think the Philadelphia Fusion are going to completely destroy the Houston Outlaws, which is kind of fair. Houston Outlaws have struggled here and there. They've clearly been inconsistent as of lately, losing to some teams that we would not expect them to lose to or even think that they should lose to. But they still have had their moments over the past couple weeks because they still did beat the London Spitfire, and you got to give them credit for that, even though they had that devastating 4-0 loss against the Boston Uprising. Boston also beat Philadelphia though. Of course, it wasn't as bad, but I don't think that really matters in this case. Philadelphia Fusion, they're still not going to have EQO for this matchup. So I'm expecting to see Snillo and Carpe in there. And Linkser versus Carpe is definitely going to be a fun Widowmaker battle. And as good as Linkser is, I do think Carpe will get the best of him. And it's going to be a 3-2 victory for the Philadelphia Fusion. And that's it for Thursday, guys. Let's go to move on to Friday. Friday the 13th, guys. Very interesting date. I wouldn't call myself a conspiracy theorist, but there could potentially be some upsets. First, we have the Los Angeles Valiant taking on the Dallas Fuel. Obviously, the LA Valiant are favored in this one. Before this stage started, I would have looked at this match as a joke. Two horrible managements going head-to-head, seeing who is the worst. But ever since Noah Winston did the AMA for the Los Angeles Valiant, they released their video, giving us really good insight on inside their team and why they made a lot of their decisions. And of course, their performance last week. I think they're probably going to roll the Dallas Fuel, either 4-0 or 3-1. But again, Friday the 13th, you never know. Dallas Fuel could creep up. LA Valiant could have a horrible day out of nowhere. It happens. And then let's move on to the next match. San Francisco Shock and the Shanghai Dragons. Friday the 13th, guys. Is this the day for the upset, guys? Am I going to predict the Shanghai Dragons to pick the San Francisco Shock solely based on a date? Yes. Yes, I am, guys. The Shanghai Dragons are going to take out the San Francisco Shock. I'm sorry, San Francisco Shock. I love you guys, but it's going to happen. It will be a day to remember for the Shanghai Dragons. They're getting their first match victory in the league. It's not even going to be close. 4-0 for the Shanghai Dragons. I'm locked in, guys. Let's move on to the next one. Seoul Dynasty, LA Gladiators. I have a feeling it's going to be extremely sloppy. Both teams just going at it. Skirmishes left and right. And it depends who the Seoul Dynasty are going to put in for this match. If they put in that B team, they're going to struggle, they're going to lose. But if they put in their A team, they have a good chance at winning. I want to see what the Los Angeles Gladiators decide to do with their roster in this matchup. Is there going to be a lot of Silk Thread, or will Hydration make his return? That's definitely something I am wondering. And I think if Hydration is in there, they also have a good chance at winning this match. So this is a tough one to pick. Asher had an amazing performance in week 1. This is really a tough one. I'm going to go with the LA Gladiators, 3-2 against Seoul Dynasty. Now moving on to Saturday, April 14th. No more Friday the 13th, guys. We're starting off with the London Spitfire, Philadelphia Fusion. And last time these guys played was in the Stage 2 playoffs, and Philadelphia Fusion took everybody by surprise, beating out the London Spitfire. Something I personally did not expect at all, especially considering that the Philadelphia Fusion failed to get a point in their last matchup in Stage 2, and in total in maps in the regular season are down 0-8 against the London Spitfire. So I really don't know about this matchup. I have mixed feelings. For some reason, I feel like the London Spitfire could come out and completely stomp them like they have before, and another reason I feel like the Philadelphia Fusion could come out and just go head-to-head with the London Spitfire and take them. I feel like flipping a coin. Like, I don't even understand this matchup. EQO will be back from his 3-game suspension, so Philadelphia Fusion will have their full arsenal. But from what it seems like, EQO was completely suspended from practice and everything. I don't think he's been working with the team at all for the past couple weeks, and because of that, I'm going to go with the London Spitfire taking this 3-1. Moving on to the next matchup, New York Excelsior, Houston Outlaws. Houston has never really had a good time with New York Excelsior, pretty much losing 3-1 every single time. I don't think anything's going to change here. New York Excelsior, they're just absolutely on one right now. Picking against them is just ridiculous at this point, and I'm probably not going to pick against them at all for the rest of this stage. They're going to take this matchup 3-1 once again. Moving on to the last matchup of the week, we have Florida Mayhem taking on the Boston Uprising. Now, if they had Dream Casper, it'd be a 4-0, but they don't. And depending on what the team atmosphere is right now, the Florida Mayhem could win it. I do feel like the management for the Boston Uprising have kept the team strong through all this drama, and it could even make them better. And I do kind of have this wild theory that at the end of the day, Boston Uprising will be better without Dream Casper just because of what happened. They're the type of team that can really rally behind something and get together and reach a common goal. At the beginning of the season, they were this huge underdog. Nobody expected them to do good, and it seemed like they came together and they proved everybody wrong. Now they're in the same situation. They lost one of their star players, and a lot of people are starting to doubt them again. I think history repeats itself. It'll be a 3-1 or 4-0 victory for the Boston Uprising. And that's it for my predictions and this video, guys. If you enjoyed it, please be sure to drop a like on it. And guys, real quick, if you guys enjoy watching all of my videos, if you enjoy me, my personality, just anything, do me a favor and go subscribe to my second channel. Link will be down below in the description, the comments. I'm starting a second channel. I have some crazy ideas for this channel, guys. Seriously, some absolutely nutty things that have to do with Overwatch, that don't have to do with Overwatch, some real life things. Because I'll be honest with you guys, deep down in my heart, I'm an entertainer. I want to be able to create more types of content that you guys will love and enjoy just as much as my Overwatch content. So go subscribe to that channel. I'm going to be creating a video soon on that channel with a bunch of ideas, and I'm going to let you guys decide on what you want to see. So again, link is down in the description. Go click it, go subscribe. It's very easy, and hopefully I'll see you guys there. And just thank you for all the support. I absolutely love you guys. We are so close to 50K. By the time this video comes out, we might even have hit it. Let me go ahead and check my channel right now. I'll see exactly what we're at. 49,851. So we're 149 subs away, guys. Judging off of how many I usually get a day, we're going to hit it tonight. So thank you so much, guys. I absolutely love every single one of you. And that's it for this video, guys. I'll see you tomorrow. Peace.